Welcome everyone to the 5th Annual Indian Summer Festival. I'm Mandeep Dhaliwal. I serve on the board of the Indian Summer Arts Society. Thank you for sharing your evening with us tonight. We'd like to recognize the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations on whose unceded traditional lands we live, work, and play. Indian Summer Festival brings the world to Vancouver from July 9th to July 18th through a series of provocative multi-arts events featuring international visionaries and minds from South Asia, Canada, and beyond. We'd like to thank our festival partners, premier partner Simon Fraser University, the Georgia Strait, Spice Radio, CBC, City of Vancouver, Canadian Heritage, Province of British Columbia. And thank you to tonight's event partners, Canada-India Networking Society, Hari Sharma Foundation, SFU Woodwards, Vancouver Observer, the Indus Entrepreneurs, known as TIE, Luna Pads, and Room to Read. If you're on social media, tonight's hashtags are hashtag ISF Ideas and hashtag Where Worlds Meet. It's now my pleasure to introduce my friend and longtime supporter of the festival, Vic Khanna of TIE.
Thank you, Mandeep. TIE Vancouver is all about entrepreneurship. We foster the next generation of entrepreneurs. We have basically networking events, and we also run Vancouver's best youth entrepreneurship program. This will be our 5th year doing it. It'll start in the fall, where we mentor grade 11 and grade 12 students for 25 Saturdays in the year. So great program. Google TIE, TIE Vancouver, or TIE Young Entrepreneurs, that's TYE Vancouver, and you'll hit us. And if you have any grade 11 or 12 students that you know, have them apply, because it's a fantastic program. We also foster Canada-India business networking relations. But today, I want to define one word, and that is Jugaad. So Jugaad is, 2 words, frugal entrepreneurship. So today we have an incredible story about frugal entrepreneurship that has impacted so many millions of lives. And that is something I'm really going to look forward to, and I want to let you guys know about that word. Jugaad means frugal entrepreneurship. Another entrepreneurial story I want to share is about Indian Summer Festival. So I met Suresh and Laura a long time ago. It's about almost 5.5, 6 years ago. And they said, we got this idea. And an idea that resonates with people really, really nails it in terms of why does an idea exist, why does a product exist. So Indian Summer Festival and the entrepreneurship that Laura and Suresh have brought to us is immense. I've seen the struggles and tribulations and all of the levels and the ups and downs, and we are on a roll. Thank you for being here. This is amazing. Laura, Suresh, thank you for making this happen. And now, I'm literally looking forward to our chat. And who's next?
Thanks. And to answer the question of who's next, I'd like to invite Dr. Arun Garg of the Canada-India Networking Society. Thank you.
Thank you, Mandeep, and good evening, everyone. My name is Arun Garg, and as president and founding community partner for Festival, we are very pleased to welcome you all for this unique opportunity to hear Mr. Arunachalam Muruganantham. Did I say that right? Short, his nickname is Muruga, which is perfect to say and easy to say. Canada-India Network Society is a not-for-profit society established to build links between Canada and India, especially in the field of health. And you've already been introduced to the word Jugaad, and if I could put a plug, I think Canada will be served well by accepting word Jugaad in Canadian health system. That's for another day, Suresh. Maybe we could have a presentation on that. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. But I think from our point of view, as already mentioned, Shirish and Laura are very special friends. And when I first met them 4 years ago, they really stole our heart. And because of our interest in health, it's natural that we partner with them every year on a topic of health. So I think tonight's presentation really represents not only social entrepreneurship, but really healthy society. So at this time, I'm really very pleased to welcome Arunachalam, recognized by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential person who designed, created, tested, and implemented a sanitary napkin making machine that operates on a small scale but has a very big scale impact, not only in India, but in the world. This model also offers help to livelihood, hygiene, dignity, and empowerment to underprivileged women all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming a social activist and innovator, change agent, Mr. Arunachalam Muruganantham.
The presentation? I need help. So good evening, everyone. So relax yourself. I'm not a management book writer to tell 5 easy steps to win your personal life, business life, political life, traffic life, nothing. I'm going to narrate my story. So what I did. Yeah, thank you. You just see I'm using a slide for Reddy Lab in Hyderabad, which is inventing medicines. But same presentation, same pictures, but subject is going to different. That's what I don't want to lie. I'm using the same presentation, here itself also the same. Now I become a corporate speaker, I am training managers. It is an Indian Walmart called Big Bazaar. It is a countrywide managers, in front of me 1,500 managers, and he is that CEO of the company, Kishore Biani. And it is for Asian Paints. You see what the person is making some sanitary pad machines, what he's doing with the paint company, medical company, and you see, these are all middle-level managers of Asian Paints. And this is Reddy Labs, Research and Development. And finally, this is for you. Okay. So I took Beyond Marketing. I am running a company called Jaisari Industries. In my company, I don't have marketing department. I don't have stupid marketing manager. Okay. So inspired how I am able to spread all over India. It is 30 states. It is equal to 30 different countries. And 17 other countries. Within this December, we are going to spread not less than 70 countries. So how I did it, that's what I'm going to share with you. So this is called Beyond Marketing. Then I'm switching over suddenly. Recently, selected by Time magazine from New York. Something they're telling most influential person of the world, 100 people. They selected 4 people from my country, my Prime Minister Narendra Modi, some Arvind Kejriwal, Arvind Rai, everything okay. Then 4th, Arunachalam Muruganantham. So I'm getting this mail almost for 2 months. I send it to spam mail. Because I used to get a lot of mails, Muruga, you are selected for UNESCO award, and this is going to happen in Geneva. I read finally 2 lines, please transfer 1,500 euros for your citation and room charges. So I thought the same, I sent it to spam mail. Then somebody is calling from Delhi, then on a particular day I'm giving a lecture for a company in Bangalore. Then I saw it in my mobile iPhone to the CEO. He read, he shook my hand, Muruga, it's a great deal, please go there. Then only I realized it's good. Then I asked that Time magazine, on what metric you selected me as a most influential person? Because I am the person who used to call for giving award every fortnight. I begged them on what metrics, what is the qualification I got, you are calling me. Then simply they in my country, Muruga, if you are not deserved, who else? This is a simple metric. Okay. But Time magazine, they told Muruga, you are under surveillance for last 18 months. USA means the moment you say you are under surveillance. Then they told some A4 sheet pages. Then finally they told Muruga, you convert a social problem into a successful livelihood. That's why you are sharing dais with Obama, everyone, all that very elite people. So what that social problem I convert into successful livelihood means, 90% of Indian women are not using sanitary pads or sanitary towels. So while I'm using the slide in my country, in Bangalore or Delhi or Mumbai, so nothing will happen. So somebody called from this Vancouver, some media, they asked me, Muruga, in your country it is a problem. In Vancouver it's not a problem. What you are going to talk? Then I said, so where the problem exists, that country will not take any risk or something, alertness. But where it is not problem, those people understand even this is a problem in your country. So that's why I'm telling, in my country, the same slide I use, nothing will happen in the hall, even that hall filled by 90% of women. While I'm using the same slide in London or in Paris or in other countries now, the whole hall get punctured like, oh my God, whoosh, thus, bush. Because the West, the women, they are not able to even image, if the women are not using sanitary towel or tampon on menstrual days, how they are able to manage. So why in my country is nothing is happening? They are thinking the women is not using sanitary towel on a particular menstrual days. Maybe they are going to use a rag cloth. So that's why they never took a seriousness. But in our experience, we saw many part of our country, the women not even using a rag cloth. What they are using, you see? Sawdust, dry tree leaves, newspaper, ash, and few parts of country, they are using a yellow sand. Extremely on northeastern part of my country, women, if they are getting menstruation, they are going and sitting on a stalk of hay. Then I narrated the story to Forbes magazine. They come out a special article, women sitting on a stalk of hay. So you just think, in this situation, my country is talking about sending a man to moon, sending women to Mars. I laugh, oh my God. First you give the sanitary pad to the women, then you send the man to Mars, women to moon. Okay. Then while I'm talking about women's personal hygiene, menstruation, don't think I'm a gynecologist or a doctor. Next is a warning. You can read. I am not a gynecologist. I am a school dropout. I don't know a proper English till today. I am just getting a permission from you to speak a wrong English, because I know you are educated people. Without right click to your mind, you can correct my wrong English into right English. Okay, that is your problem, not my problem. Okay. So here what I'm saying, something I'm admitting in front of crowd, I don't know. That is a skill everyone you need. Please bring this quality to your younger generation to say, I don't know. Many people in the world, they don't say, I don't know. Even they know 0.1%, they used to say, yes, I know. You know astronomy? Yes, I know. You know astrology? I know. That's why people are trying to act like a master of all subjects. It is impossible. With a simple tool to learn more and more, even you know 99.9%, just say, I don't know. There is a chance to learn more. This is a simple secret I am admitting. Even I know 99.9%, I say, I'm sorry, I don't know, sir. Yes, I know. Then they will tell you wrong. I say, this way you should not do the wrong thing. This also you can learn. The next, this is my presentation. Because I no need to convince any vulture capitalist or venture capitalist in front of me with lot of intersection circles, multicolor graphs, spreadsheets. Oh my God, even the presenter don't know what is presenting. So why that, you know what I'm saying, something you want to achieve in your life, you want to innovate something, the very first thing you need is not the knowledge. You need a clear mind like this. I used to have a completely clear slide. Recently, I gave a presentation for Unilever in London. Because of their mandatory, some colors comes in left and right. Okay, it's a Unilever mandatory. Otherwise, it's a blank slide. Then the clear mind, you know, so luckily, I never get educated. My mind is always clear. The moment you do double PhD, you are the most confused person in the world. I know you can't do nothing because you're more logical. Then I'm born as a son of a handloom weaver in a small Orthodox city in down south in India. It's a small city. Then my father died in a road accident. My mother became a caretaker of the family. Then an housewife became a caretaker. Means what is the job available in India? To become a farm worker. She joined as a farm worker. She's earning around maybe 50 cents a day, not even 50 cents, 25 cents. Then out of it, she's trying to make myself into doctor. I'm having two sisters, one sister into collector, other sister into attorney. So I think it is only possible in screens by heroines. Then to help my mother, I stopped my schooling. Then I became a workshop helper in a welding workshop. I became a welder. But even now, anyone from media coming to my home, my mother used to say, see my son without education, what he's doing. If he get educated, what he will do. I am getting educated. I became a corporate culprit. I will join in a job. I just drive a car, that's all. Then what I say, then later I became a small workshop owner. Then even after seeing many men, it is very difficult. It is very expensive to manage. Even after knowing everything, I did the same mistake. One day I got married. That too, it is arranged marriage. You see, the moment arranged marriage, there is in India, there is a method called joint family. I don't know how many of you know about joint family. That is a beautiful place to learn management, not IAM. Okay, so how to adjust yourself, so it is very difficult. That's what I told. Anyone you want to select some key post for your company, a middle level management, you just select a person from a joint family. Don't select a gold medalist from IAM or Harvard, they will fail. Okay. Then such a joint family, there is a brand new wife, like a brand new Audi car at my home, but I'm not able to talk with my wife. Because you just go back to your early marriage days. What is your important job? To impress your new wife. To impress my new wife, I used to gift a 5 rupees plastic pendant or 10 rupees glass bangle, not giving it direct. I used to gift draft. Then I say, my wife's name is Santi. Close your eyes, Santi. Turn left, turn right. This way I'm giving a value addiction for the 5 rupees plastic pendant. Because I'm not a rich guy to offer every time a diamond pendant. Then life is going like that. One day I saw she's carrying something behind her. The purpose is to hide me. Then I thought she's playing with me. Then I asked, what is it? She's answering like slapping on my cheek. It is none of your business. Then I ran away behind her. I saw a nasty rag cloth. Then I understood she is adopting the unhygiene method to manage her period days. Then I asked her on the day, why you are adopting the unhygiene method? Now there are some sanitary pads, something available in the market. She said instantly, I also know about that, but myself, your sister, other women at our family start using that. We have to cut our family milk budget. Then I get surprised, what is the connection between using a sanitary towel and not buying milk for family? Then I understood it's a matter of affordability. But these are all I forget. So many people, once they succeed in the interview, they used to say, from my mother womb, I want to do something for society. I don't want to lie in front of you. I don't have any idea to help society do something. Everything has happened. On particular day, what I want to do, I want to impress my new wife. Somewhere I want to help. What I got an idea, why not offer a sanitary pad packet as a gift? Right. Then the sanitary pad means the only available place in India is the drugstore or medical store or somewhere. Then I went to the shop. That shopkeeper asking, what brand do you want? Then who knows brand and all, I just point out the packet inside the showcase. What he did, he took the packet, he never handed over me in direct. He wrapped a old newspaper, he packed it, he looks left and right, he handed over me like a smuggling product. I will never ask for condom. Since he is doing like this, I've got what is inside? Some curiosities happen. If I open, something will jump like a frog from the packet. Then I open a packet. Very first time I'm taking out a sanitary pad from packet, an 8-inch length white color substance. Here I'm stopping. How many of the men in this hall you ever touch sanitary pad in your life? 1, 2, the same. That's why Barack Obama don't know what is sanitary pad. Narendra Modi don't know what is sanitary pad. Many ministers, many parliamentarians, they don't know what is sanitary pad. That's why the penetration is less than 5% in my country. Luckily, I came to know. Now the question is what I took from the packet. Maybe it is a 10-gram weight. Inside white color means a cotton. 10-gram cotton may be 1 cent in 1994. But I bought that product for $1. Then like a venture capitalist, I just calculated how many X, the profit factor, the X factor. Then I thought, why not make a low-cost sanitary pad for my wife, Santi? Then I started the research. Then in my city, there are 400 textile mills are there. I went to a mill, I bought a cotton web, then cut it to a rectangle. Then I wrapped with a viscose cloth, which is used in handcuff and collar to make cloth thick. Then I made the same napkin look like what I bought from shop in 2 days. Now the problem is, if I want to do a small research in my workshop, I can very well do it. Now I'm entering into sanitary pad research relevant to women personal hygiene. I need a women volunteer. In India, only Swamijis, Gurujis are surrounded by hundreds of women, whether they ask or not. This Muruganantham never get a single woman volunteer. Okay. Then the only available choice victim is my wife. As usual, I gift up the 2 napkins what I made. Close your eyes, Santi. Then I hand over, I say, I want the feedback. Like giving a chocolate, eat it, give the feedback like that, he told. Then she's told, it's not like that, you have to wait for some time. Who knows how the menstruation happening, when it's happening, I don't know, nothing I don't know. I thought in my village there is a small goddess temple. Inside the goddess temple, women will assemble. Only few will enter and rest will outside wait. That's what I thought, women are getting menstruation every Friday. So very cleverly I select a Good Friday and hand over the napkin. Santi is saying, no, we'll wait for some time. Then I understood it's happening monthly once. Then I forget I gone to my regular work. After 2 weeks, I think, I'm entering into my home on the same lunchtime. I'm getting the feedback for my napkin. Santi says like that, what napkin you gave it to me, it is very nasty. I am going back to my rack cloth using method. Then I get shocked. Then you see something I'm trying to create on a co-creation basis. Unless otherwise I'm getting feedback from the customer, I'm not able to create the product in perfect. So what I took the subject, menstruation is a taboo in my country. A wife never talked to husband, a daughter never talked to mother. No one talk in the society open because it's a very cultural taboo. Now Santi is saying not good. If I ask to elaborate, she won't talk. She used to give like a film lyrics like yes, no, TK. That too, they will turn to the wall, feet, back. I have to see the back. So that too, then I try to make a different cotton from a different mill, then making napkin, hand overing to Santi, waiting for a month is a time-taking process. I need more women volunteers. Then I catch my younger sisters, but being sisters and even a wife, they are not ready to talk about more elaborate, so there's a problem. Then they want me, if you are going on, do this at home. Then other problem also. In India, we used to hang our God, not hanging like this, putting nail on the wall and hanging photograph of the God all over the home. Whenever I talk about menstruation, either one of the god or goddess will watch. My wife says, in front of goddess, you're talking this subject. Where I can go talk. Then, because of this problem, they want me, if you're going on, do it family, then we will tell you to your mother. Then my mother knows, then it's become a big problem. Then I don't want to drop the research. I need girls, where I can get. Then I got an idea, why not approach a medical college girls? They are future doctors. Then somehow I get some medical college students as volunteers. But they're also same problem, being a future doctors, some hesitation to talk about their menstruation with the unknown guy. Then I tried to come out of feedback, said nothing is work. Then I decided, why not try sanitary pad myself? I wore a sanitary pad, but where can I go for uterus? I made an artificial uterus in a football bladder. I filled animal blood in it. I tied here. There is a tube finish to the panties and the bladder. While I'm walking and cycling, I made a small press. A dosage of blood will go there. You just see all the research, complete story not happened in Vancouver or in Washington. It happened in Padman in Woodward, an orthodox city, small city in India, a village. Something is happening around me. People, if come to near me, there is a foul smell because of the animal blood. There is a blood stain on my cloth. Something is happening around me. I never realized. Then I hide the matter. I'm dealing with the medical college girls to my wife, Santi. One day, Santi is serving food. She is asking something. She is asking permission. I'm going to ask something. Don't mistake me. Then I said, go ahead. Then I saw something like crying. She told, many of my friends are telling you are roaming with medical college girls. I said, no. She's never convinced. She told, I'm getting bored. I want to my family for a few days. Then I dropped her at my mother-in-law home. She never come back. On 20th day, I got a divorce notice. That is the first alert I got for the receipt. But I never took into a serious matter because both are uneducated. There's no problem. Then my mother is with me. There is no problem for food. But even after using napkin myself, I'm not convinced it is something it is unusual. Then I got a very dangerous idea. Instead of giving a sanitary pad to a girl or woman, then begging them what happened, why it is not working, instead of that, why not ask a used napkin from the women? If I see the napkin, the napkin will speak to me. But even in Vancouver, no one can go and ask a used napkin from women. Immediately they will call the police. Okay. But in India, that too, how can I ask? If Shanti is with me, I can use my wife napkin. She is separated. In this situation, I go to my mother-in-law, ask the use napkin of my wife. It's definitely my mother-in-law call the police. Then, depending on the same medical college girls, while I'm narrating, few girls ran away from me. I told, see girls, anyway, you're going to use my napkin. After that, you're throwing here and there. Instead of that, you just put on the particular bin. I'm going to come and collect. See the politeness, straightforward. That is called research. Not doing secretly something, stealing. I can bribe the janitor, I can steal the drum. But you can't do like that. Then I collected the first used napkin of 14 girls. So why the girls are accepted, you know? If 10, 20 girls are putting used napkin on the bin, how Muruga know which napkin used by which girl? But what I did, while I'm giving the napkin, if there is a small yellow dot, it is used by Stella. If it is a blue mark, it is used by Mary. I only know. Then I all spread on the backyard of my home, 10 by 10 room. I'm very seriously researching why it has become so tough. This is the domain is meant for Procter & Gamble and Johnson & Johnson. No one knows what is happening inside. How the soft drink industry is monopolized by Pepsi and Coke. Still now, Coke is claiming there is a secret in the mixing. Any lab you cannot send. Okay. Then, this time up. Then what happened? While I'm researching, I never, on fine Sunday, I'm researching all the used napkin, what is inside, what has happened. I never realized my mother is coming back. The moment come and saw the substance, she thought son is cleaning chicken for Sunday. The moment they saw that other women used pads, she started crying like anything, she also separated. The moment mother separated, the whole village, they come out a story, Muruga is affected by a bad spirit, I am become a vampire in the evening and drinking girl's blood. That's what they want to chain my both legs in a holy tree upside down, or they want to chase out from the village. I ran out from my village without telling anyone. And I understood what is the raw material. Even after understanding, you need a multi-million-dollar machine to process the material. It is not an ordinary cotton. Then I spent another 4.5 years on this method. How many of you know what is this method? Anyone want to innovate something new or something? Only method is given by God is this. Nothing but this one. Trial and error, including marriage. Okay, trial and error method. So I did on my own money, on own place. Many times I used to donate my blood for traveling expenses in a government hospital. That's why I'm boldly saying in front of crowd, I did this innovation on trial and error method in the trial and error department, my small workshop. The same if the NASA is doing or using public money or a venture capital fund, they come out a polished word like this. Oh my God, what is they doing? So if you dilute this, it is meant for everyone. If you complicate this, it's meant for NASA. So what I'm saying, so don't worry of saying this. Dilute this, then anyone can become an Einstein. You can do a lot big things in your life. Don't worry about saying this. Then I adopt this method. I made these simple machines. After 7.5 years from the day one, anyone can apply the same raw material used in a big corporate. They can create a world-class napkin. I'm having an IPR rate on it. So the moment you are having some innovation, IPR rate, what is next? The fastest accumulation of first million, then the first billion. So since the world is having plenty of millionaires and billionaires, I never decided to become a millionaire or billionaire. I want to do something different. I want to give this machine to a rural poor woman, and where they are going to make a women-to-women model, on the women-to-women model. You see? In a remote part of near Nepal border, women performing puja, that means inauguration for a sanitary napkin factory. Earlier, you need 50 to 100 crores, say about 10, 20 millions to start this. Now, any rural woman can come out their own factory like this. Then they are my stakeholders. You see? they called as extremists. They are not extremists. Their husband and brothers are bad. They are not. They are poor women. My bottom line is, you never found a yellow metal gold on their body anywhere. Okay, I took 5 minutes extra. And I took a mission on a donkey's back to the hilltop. It is in Himalayas foothills in Rudraprayag, where the women are doing this project. It is, see, that villages are situated in the mountain slope. It is 18 hours drive from Dehradun. This is the back view of the unit. Even you are having cancer, go and stay for 2 months, walk with the tribal on the tribal route. You will get 6 packs here, the cancer will cure. Okay, that's a place. So this what I gave a lecture to Paul Polman. This is called rural marketing. So see this. Now the school girls are making sanitary towel in school premises. They are paying only for raw material cost few pennies. They are making their pads. They are selling nearby villages. Out of it, they are earning their tuition fees while they are learning. School girls. This ended up with the presidential award. Then it's gone to BBC, then CNN. So anything you are making something, the moment you called as a businessman, you try to sell your product on this method. Very old, ancient, BC, it did by Jesus, I think, retail. Then suddenly all that educated people from Harvard, Stanford, they are making a lot of noise like Jack Ma's, e-tailing. Both the models cannot make a single percentage impact on society. It is only meant for accumulate billions. Then anyone want to thrive on this particular model, you want to compete the big giants, you get fooled. But how Muruga is competing with big giants like Procter & Gamble and Johnson & Johnson? By doing this detailing. Anyone can opt, anyone can compete, anyone, big companies, by doing this, not on their own model of retailing and e-tailing. Try to detail. Why the 95% women are not using? There is some problem. We are detailing. Out of this, we come out around 869 local brands that has succeed that American napkins for 10th year consecutively. That makes viral the story. That is why Muruga is giving a lecture to Paul Polman of Unilever CEO with his 70. And the black coat is Sanjeev Mehta of Indus and Unilever of Executive Chairman. Finally, Muruga is in middle. Why? Because sanitary pad come into FMCG, fast-moving consumer, it is item girl. I'm an item girl now. Okay. Then it is in Seattle. I'm sharing that with Gates. He spent a lot of 1 hour, 20 minutes. It became a news in Seattle. Everyone laughing. So then it's happened. Then it's appeared in all international magazines. Recently, I met Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav. So what we are doing to make 100% sanitary napkin particular block or district, I selected Uttar Pradesh do it. He is welcomed, and he did. He's put his detail on his personal web page. So this is a problem not only in developing nations. Now I'm getting mails from even developed nations like Canada and even USA. Many women not able to access sanitary towels. I used to steal from toilet paper from public toilet. I'm using the absorbency. I redirect the mail to Obama's mail ID. I never get mail reply so far. And simple, what you need to create a new thing or organization, something, even you want to develop in your life, it is not an opportunity. Don't look for opportunities outdated. Instead of you just train yourself and your younger generation to look for a problem. See, I never look for an opportunity. I took a problem in my country. Sanitary pad is not used by 99% of women. It's a problem I took. With my little knowledge, I addressed. I give a solution. I become a solution provider. This way I did. So in that method, in this hall, anyone can find out a problem. If you are not able to find out a problem in Vancouver, go to Eritrea, go to Kenya, go to Africa, get a problem and give a solution. This way anyone can thrive globally. But if you look for opportunity, you are a fool. Nowhere in the world opportunity is lying on open ground. If it is there, it is already grabbed by mafia or political people or big people. Okay. So look for a problem, train your younger generation to look for a problem, to address a problem, give a solution. So then I try to build a company on measurable social impact, not on billions, even any zeros. Many times I not able to count the zeros, then the company vanished into thin air like Enron. I can sell a list of companies I don't want to say. So, oh my God. Then so far, 2,300 machines set up in almost all over India. Out of it, so you see, these are the name is given, what is it? Given by society, frugal designing, successful distribution. Finally, they called me as a corporate bomber. I never put any bomb on any corporate, but the world is giving. Then the Time magazine function, I thought Narendra Modi, Arvind Kejriwal, Arundir, anyone come to that Lincoln's Center or Times Square? Nobody is come. Then finally, a school dropout representing India. Then there is a huge crowd of educated people and presidents. Then I walk like a beauty pigeon on red carpet. Every step I put, I laugh. The hundreds of camera taking photograph. Then I manage on the first floor, white background. I'm going, again, there is a crowd, they're telling, Muruga, please careful, this is elite press. In my country, there is a food called dosa, masala dosa. Like they told, this is masala dosa. Then what is in the crowd? This ordinary press, this is elite press. Then it is night, 12 o'clock. You just see that the reporters are bombarding question on me with stick mic. They are asking something. This is a new election time, Modi won. We feel Modi is Indian Putin. What's your opinion? If I say yes, if I land at Delhi, people will kill me. Then somebody is asking, the stand you took on Sri Lanka is not good. I can't say go and ask Manmohan Singh. Then finally, a woman is chasing all the crowd. Muruga, only one question. Why modeling is not picking up in India? What I can say, why modeling is not, then I say, my wife Santi is not interested, I said. So what I can say. So in US, you have to politely, immediately you have to answer. So this what is very, it happened in Manhattan. So the measurable social impact created so far is around 21,000 women got livelihood, and more than 9 million women shifted from unhygiene to the sanitary method. And the vision is creating 1 million rural employment for poor women only in India and making India into 100% napkin using country from the current level of less than 5% is the cumulative achievement of independence India from 1947 to 2015 with 13 presidents, I don't know how many prime ministers, and 570 MPs and millions of B-configured vehicles. We are. In my country, from peon to collector, everyone go only with B-configured vehicle. It is an addict. So even our team be able to make that 5% to 10 in another 10 years is the biggest achievement because earlier 5 stand for 65 years of independence India. So this design not only India, it is very well matched for 106 developing nations. So far we spread these countries. That's why this is called a pink revolution. So this is why this is called beyond marketing. Thank you very much. Bye.
We're not done quite yet. So now I'd like to welcome to the stage Suzanne Siemens. She's the co-founder and CEO of Lunapads, a Vancouver-based manufacturer and online retailer of Canada's #1 selling brand of cloth washable menstrual pads. Lunapads' mission is to help girls and women have a more positive and healthy experience with their bodies as they move through every stage of their life. Lunapads is a founding Canadian benefit corporation and multi-award winning socially innovative company. In particular, they are known locally and globally for their commitment to supporting menstrual hygiene for girls and women. Pad for Girls is a donation program which provides girls and women in need with cloth menstrual pads, and One for Her is a buy one, give one pad model that supports a cloth pad making social enterprise, which employs over 150 women in Uganda. In doing so, Lunapads is supporting girls and women in the developing world by providing washable pads so girls can stay in school and employment for women, both of which significantly improves their future outlook. Welcome.
So I did have some slides. I'm not sure if they're going to be ready to go, but if not, I can do this without. First of all, thank you, Mandeep and Indian Summer Festival for inviting me here this evening. I also had, thank you, the pleasure of meeting with Muruga earlier today, and it certainly highlights and emphasizes the tagline, "Where worlds meet," because if I think about when I first heard about Muruga and his work, It was through online articles and people emailing me and saying, Suzanne, have you heard about his work and what he's doing? And I said, yes, I've seen the articles, and yes, I have become familiar with his work, and I had no idea that I would be actually here and have the opportunity to meet you. And so how fitting of where worlds meet, because here we are meeting. Just to give you a quick introduction of LunaPads, it's kind of ironic that what Muruga is doing is he's creating these sanitary napkins and converting women away from the unhygienic cloth rags that you're using to using sanitary napkins. And meanwhile, at LunaPads, we're kind of doing the opposite, but in a different way. We are taking sanitary napkins that are made here in the Western world, and they were designed because my business partner, Madeline, was experiencing health complications. She was getting chemical infections because she was using the sanitary napkins here. And they're not the pure napkins that Muruga is making. They're often made with a lot of synthetic chemicals that people with chemical sensitivities will have allergic reactions. So she created them in response to that, to have a healthier option and also an environmentally friendly option because they are reusable. So we're kind of doing the opposite thing, but yet at the same time we have the same mission of creating an option that has a much more healthy and hygienic solution. What we also realized, too, was the same issue that Muruga has discovered in his country, and we learned about it through letters that we received from customers all over the world saying that there were no supplies of these sanitary napkins, and if they were there, they were totally unaffordable. So we began a program of simply donating our products to girls and women in the developing world, and often what we do is we partner with NGOs in North America who are then establishing operations overseas, and so this is how we do it. We're not necessarily shipping them ourselves, but we're working with NGOs, and in particular, one partnership is one we have with Imagine One Day. So I just want to tell you quickly one story of one of those donations. This is Saba, and she's from Ethiopia, and she received one of our donations, and she wrote us a letter. When I was in grade 3, my parents tried to force me to marry a man. It was difficult to convince them that I didn't want to, but in the end, they understood and allowed me to reject him in order to continue my education, because education is actually the key to solving poverty, because when you educate a girl, she will change the world. She went on to say, when I got my period, I used these old pieces of cloth for pads. It was messy, and I would always worry that I would leak, so I would skip school. Having these LunaPads will make a difference for me. Instead of worrying about my period, I can focus my mind on my upcoming biology test or studying for my new math problems. And today, Saba has actually graduated from high school in 2015, and she's at the top of her class, and she is going on to have a career in technology and teaching. Another story I want to tell you about is a donation that we made to a couple who are working in Uganda. And when they received the LunaPads kit, they said, we must have these here in Masaka, near Kampala in Uganda, because we see the girls and the women and how much they need this. So they contacted us and said, could we please copy your products and build a business here in Uganda with your permission? And we'll sign whatever legal agreements you want. And we talked back and forth, and at the end of the day, again, you know, if you had a business education and took your lawyer's advice, it would be like sign agreements. We simply just trusted our instinct and said, yes, please go ahead, copy our products, we'll tell you everything we know. And they have now gone on to build an award-winning business. And so in 2012, Madeline and I went to visit them. And this was their size of their operation only 3 years ago. It was about 20 so people, most of them women. And these women now have an education, or I'm sorry, women now have an income, so they can use this money to educate their children and support the rest of their family. So we realized that this was a much better way for us to help. Instead of us making the pads here in Canada and shipping them over, why not support a social enterprise right in Uganda? So it's not really our goal to be operating enterprises all over the world. Rather, what we want to do is support other enterprises. So we kind of have a model where we retail and manufacture our own products all over the world. We also have this One for Her program where for every pad that we make, we then make a donation to AfriPads so that they can make some and distribute them worldwide, mostly in East Africa. And then we went further and said, let's support AfriPads even further by actually becoming shareholders. And so they had a round of equity financing, and now they've taken that round of equity financing and have now opened up additional factories, including one in Kenya. So that's our goal. And they've recently reached a milestone now of having served over 500,000 girls in their short time, and they now have 150 employees, mostly women again. They're now bigger than we are, so I'm really proud to see how they've progressed. I would like, yes, wonderful. I would like to close with just a quote. It's by theologist Frederick Bruner, and he says, "Your vocation is where your passion meets the world's greatest need." And I think this is a really fitting quote because it's a tough journey being a social entrepreneur, as I'm sure Muruga can attest to. And what I want to say is that when you can find your passion and marry that with a social need and bring them together, it's a really wonderful thing. And so I want to conclude by saying that it is a true honor to be working in this field with you, Muruga, and that I'm proud to be working in the world and doing social impact with you, and I appreciate your work very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm mindful of time, but I think we have time for maybe one or two questions at the most. And so I believe there are some mics in the audience if we want to put up the lights. We just have time for maybe one or two questions. And I'm just going to kick things off while the lights turn on by just asking Muruga one question myself. And so I'm curious, could you tell me about one of your machine installations that you are most particularly proud of?
So I saw you that, can you hear me? Mike? We installed the machine on the hilltop, I saw that. So it is a community called Living with Only Livestock, especially buffaloes. In the community, nobody ever gone to school. I don't know for how many generations. Such a community, we gave a machine for livelihood for women. Then we stayed for 2.5, 3 months there. Then we gone back to my home. Then after 1 year, I got a call in my mobile. I don't know Hindi. In my country, the majority of the language is Hindi. That women, those who are running that particular in a hilltop, they're calling me Bhaiya, that means brother. While you are staying at home, you saw a girl. She started going to school. What Gandhi is not able to make, what Nehru is not used to make, my machine makes a girl in a particular community to go to school. I'm really very proud. Yeah. So why it is, if you give money to man, the spending pattern is different. If you give money to your women, especially mother, the spending pattern is different. Here we are trying to create livelihood, especially for women. Why? If you give money to mother, the money goes to the nutrition to the child, the education to the child. That's why. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we have time for one question. Do you want to hand the mic to the person behind you with the hat?
Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Okay. My name is Peter Laddie. I talked to Madeline about 6 or 8 months ago. I'm with the Rotary Club, and we are working in Kenya to start a small business manufacturing your pads.
Wow.
And I wanted to find out if we can get some support from you for that. Right? The ladies have started. They've made their first batch, and they've sold them, and now they've got money to buy more material. But can we talk after and get a bit of help from you?
Absolutely. Let's have a conversation offline.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Let's have one more question for Muruga. This gentleman here in the middle row there.
Since 2011, I've been supplying AfriPads to the menstruating girls of a village where I lived called Nabagoya Hill. And there are maintenance issues with pads. So we've been looking at alternatives like menstrual cups. And I've been following the news about your work, and I understand that you have done some work in East Africa. Have you moved into Uganda? What is the cost of one of your machines, and what are the maintenance issues? Because so often, if something breaks down, it's called spoiled and never gets fixed.
So we are getting inquiries from various countries. The only thing we are now concentrating India, even to, I saw that mission. To complete that mission, even my lifetime will not sufficient. So any country you are interested, you can visit our factory, you can get training, you can replicate the same at your country. Because it is only a $3,000 mission. So no need to import everything from my country. You can make locally. So you just replicate. If it gets succeed, it match, you can do that. It's $3,000 samachar. It's very simple. US dollars. There are a combination of 3 machine and a sterilizer. That's all.
Yes, sorry. I think that's it. I've been tasked.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Suzanne. Again, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Susan, Murga. Now I'm going to politely ask you and nudge you along. Murga and Suzanne will be downstairs in the lobby, and as we have our next talk scheduled very shortly here, we would ask if everyone would meet us in the lobby. That would be great. Thank you again.